Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, Nikki, 2 a.m., huh? You're a trooper. Cheers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Did I say that? Cleaning. I know I didn't get a chance to watch the video, but I did see the one where you said you were with Buddy. I think you were trying to get back in the swing of things after being gone, which I can imagine. Every time I've went on a good long vacations, it's always taken me that amount of time to get back acclimated to doing my normal shit. Cheers, Nick. So let's see. A couple interesting things is, oh my God, in-laws. They miss a routine. Felt so bad. You obviously needed a break. So nothing wrong with that. So you can see, you can't really see, but here I'll put it up bigger. The fencing is kind of cool, man. My wife got it. It's like scalloped. I guess you would call it scalloped. Those are actually raised. It's roofing, and I think it looks pretty cool. So they started about in the beginning, right in the front. It took them all day, four of them, to do that section. So it's going to take a couple of days to do before we could get on to the front of the property. But yeah, I'll kind of leave it over here so people can kind of see it there. Let's see. Yeah, at least they can kind of see it. But anyway, not that there's anybody here. Hey, Tommy's here. But a couple of weird things that happened when I was gone. Let's see, where was I? Was I gone or was I just out in the garage? Anyway, my little phone, which is my Thai phone, and has my Thai phone number in it. Um, I guess it rang, and my wife answered it because normally it's like Lasada wanting to know where to drop off the hundreds of packages thanks Nick, that I'm ordered and shit. And it was the freaking government, and they wanted to know if I was around. And she said, no, not right at the moment, but it was the army or whatever. And they said, well, he is registered as a drone pilot and blah, 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 blah. And we want to make sure that he knows that, he can't put any drones up in the air. And at least until the 15th, which I already knew that. But I mean, common sense, right? You got, potential war going on. And I don't think you want to put a drone up in the air, especially during a ceasefire. But anyway, hey Justin, and yeah, she said, yeah, I will tell him, and blah blah blah. And I laughed when I said, did you shit your pants when they said, is your husband around? And it was the army. Did you think in your mind, what the hell did my crazy Farang husband do? And she said, exactly. So that was one interesting thing. The other one was, I don't know what's going to happen on with Cambodia. Um, I'm hoping that the ceasefire sticks and stuff. But yesterday had the solar man there, and I said, okay, this is what I want to do. I want the system on my house to work like it should. What do I need to do? And I said, and I want to start on Ubon house. And thanks, Dick. Here, um, and he goes, well, the ideal, what it is, he tried to explain to me, and I was very calm, and I didn't lose my temper, and we sat out in the garage for uh, a good 2 hours, okay, going over every aspect of it. What he said is he just put in what it is, the way that they wired the house is the shitty way to do it, is the best that I can explain it. He's saying they just took one line out and went boom, boom, boom. So it's hard to try to get them split up. He said he just put in a system in the same type deal. It's working perfectly, and it's a 12 kW um, deal with two MPPT controllers in it, and you can have up to like a million panels. It'll do all sorts of stuff, and you can program it from your phone. You can do this and that. So we looked it up online. That was my thought. I wanted to take those two 6 kW ones out, use those in Ubon, and then put in two 12 kW power misters, and those are 20,000 each. I knew that this one that he was going to suggest was going to be expensive, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. It was 41,000, so it was about the same price. And I said, "How much to do?" He said, "Like 500 baht." He said, "All I've got to do is take those two down, put it up there, go ping, 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 with the wires, and we're done." I said, "Okay, let's do it." So I ordered that yesterday. So that's on its way. So we'll be taking the two that are in here and the batteries that I have in here, and we're going to hit. What he ended up doing was putting two of the 400 amp hours on one system in here, and he's going to leave it that way when we take it to Ubon, and then I'm going to order one of the batteries that I have out there. And what we're going to do is to make it work, because Ubon is very similar to this house, is he's going to redo the electrical. He's going to stay there for a 3-day weekend starting the 9th. So it'll be very quickly, obviously. And we're going to take that 100 amp hour battery and put it on one 6 kW system with 5 panels. And then the other one will have 9 or 10 panels, and it'll have the 400 amp. And what he's going to do is he'll take the water pump and the bathroom heaters, the big ticket items, and put those on the one with just a smaller system, because the showers aren't going to be operating all the time. The pump's not going to be operating all the time. And it'll have 100 amp hour of backup, so that if you do need it at night, the couple of times it's going to go on, it should be no problem. Then we'll have 400 amp hour on the main system for the air conditioners and the lights and the everything on the house. And the reason that I decided to go ahead and do that, because I'll be able to finish the wall. I was hoping to have money to start the 2-bedroom house, but I'm going to take that money and put it into this, because I'm ordering a big battery for the Serin house, and that new controller is going to be 65, 75, 85, like 65, 75, 80. It's going to be about 100,000 just to do that. Okay. And then I'm budgeting 75,000 to do Ubon. He said for the 3 days, he's being very reasonable as far as working with me on Ubon, because I said, I'm hemorrhaging money, so I want to make sure that we get that. And here's the reason. If we have to leave here, okay, and of course, bring every family member with us, we'll probably have 30 of us that would have to leave. If we had to leave Serin, we would all be going to Ubon. Now, I'm not going to get to Ubon and not be able to shower and run one air conditioner and be miserable. It ain't going to happen. So I want to get it done. So he's agreed to, we're going to go on the 8th to the solar place and get the stuff that we need for Ubon. The 9th we will take off, and we'll come back on the 11th, because the 12th is Mother's Day here in Thailand, in case anybody has forgotten that. Gator, hey Jake, or anybody else, it is Mother's Day. I believe it's the 12th. So, and so that should be done. So I'll be going to Ubon, and they'll be taking the whole crew. They'll stay in the house. I'll feed them. Mom's going to come. My mother-in-law is going to come and cook food, and make it as nice as could be for them, and then they'll come back. And it's reasonable, but it eats up all the money. I think I'm only going to have like 20,000 baht to finish the front gate and walls, so that's going to be interesting. So we'll have to see. So when I get done, maybe the system on my house will be the way that I want it to be, and we'll we'll go from there. But when I look back on it, and the money that I originally spent, even with an extra 100 grand into it, and then this one for 100 grand, and the one for out there under 100 grand, I got 3 basic complete working solar systems for under two of them for under 100, and then the big one in my house that would have been normal price if I would have probably had it put in by somebody else. So I have I have no complaints. I'm just want to get it done. I ordered it. It's supposed to be here on the 5th or the 6th, I think. It's coming from Konkin, the controller, and it's supposed to be top of the line, state of the art. Like I said, you can do everything from it. And then I'll be able to get readings on the same ones that I have, that one that I always show you guys, the PSI from here. Those Wi-Fi's will go with it to Uman, and so I'll be able to see Uban, I'll be able to see Surin, and we'll see how it goes. No, that's still on the slow boat from China. I'm the way that they're saying now the way that they put it up there. I think it says the 6th to the 16th, so they're giving themselves 10 days leeway. But I've got a tracking deal that I can look at it. It's still on the boat. It hasn't landed, and I'm imagining it's going to Bangkok. And then once it gets to Bangkok, I'm imagining it'd be a couple day, depending on maybe 3 days out of Bangkok. So we'll see. But I'm jonesing for that. I'm jonesing for the trailer. The trailer's still coming from Thailand, but that's on a slow airplane from Thailand, and the extra battery is still on its way. So I'm hoping that I get it before I have to go to Ubon, mainly because I don't want to not be here when it arrives. God knows what they'll do with it. But so anyway, so that's the basic gist of it. So the fencing, I don't know if you guys can see it. I was talking to Nikki, and I think Tommy was in here earlier. We got 9 people in here now, but it is really cool. I guess it's scalloped. Is that what you would call it? Those are raised, and it's a roofing, and the I really like the way it looks, and I like the color even, and the that they took them from the front of the trailer to get there. 4 of them yesterday. Well, I'm sure they're getting into the swing of things. It took them all day to do that. So they still got to go back and around the garage and then up this side where you can see down here. So if they go a little bit faster than there, I'm saying probably 3 days. We'll see what they get done today. I'll do a little video on it. I have the starting when them doing some of the metal and the way that it was installed, and then I'll take some today of them actually putting up the panels. So we'll see how it goes, but it yeah. So at least I'll be getting out and about. We'll all go to Ubon. Shushu will be here, and she'll go with us, and then Tim will go with us. And I don't know. I guess my father-in-law will probably stay. If he doesn't, then we'll probably have maybe the one that build the fence and stuff, Toon and his wife stay here, or somebody else. And it all depends, on what happens. What happens at the border? What hopefully it'll all be good news. It's it sucks. I still haven't really heard anything from my family. I still don't think they realize how close we are to what's going on. In which standing water? In the picture here? Where's the standing water? There shouldn't be a bunch. Where'd you see standing water, Tommy? I do have some in my backyard, but I didn't see any in here. Let me look. Maybe I don't think so. That's concrete. Well, we haven't had much rain, so that might be a little muddy there. Oh, the blue tank. That's my father-in-law. So I he there, right? You're talking about there and there. Yeah, he's got some, the floating, what is that, water hyacinth or something or whatever it is, uh, in there. I don't. He puts some fish in there when he catches them. I bought that originally for a quarantine tank a long time ago, and I'm about ready to move my ones over here. I've got to take 3 or 4 fish out of the front pond and put them, and then take these out of here so that they'll stay in there to keep the biological filtration going. So in case any fish get injured or anything like that. Hey Ralph, how you doing? I'm chewing on nuts, by the way, in case you hear. I'll show you. I dig these. They're my favorite. My wife went to the market. They're peanuts, and they're like they have sesame seeds on them. They're really good. She got me a whole bunch of them. So I just kind of black you guys out. Like all you can do is hear me. I guess if I muted my mic, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. Hey, Kip. So, people that have come in, the new plan is, let me chew that real quick, take a sip of my coffee. Taking out the two 6 kW controllers for my house, putting in one big giant 12 kW with 2 MPP controllers, and you can put 100 panels on. You can do all sorts of stuff with it in there. And I'm getting the new batteries for in there. Taking those two systems with 400 amps of batteries to Ubon. It's going in there, and I'm getting one battery. One of the systems will just control the with 100 amp hour on it, just the pump, water pump, and 3 of the bathroom heaters and whatever it'll hold. And then the other system will be for all the lights and everything else on the property. And he said that way it will work that way. He knows a lot about Ubon because he did a lot of work there. So so that will go there, and then I will get another battery, and the controller for this is about 100 grand, 100,000 baht, and then it's about 75,000 to do Ubon, and then I got about 20 or 30,000, I think, left to do the front of the gate. So I was hoping to have an extra 100 to start on uh, the 2 bedroom. Just going to have to sell mom's house, which we need to do anyway. But so that's the gist of it. Starting quickly because I spent 2 hours with him in the garage with my wife as an interpreter yesterday, and went over it all. I ordered the controller off of Lasada. It will be here, I think Wednesday or something like that. And then he'll put it in the house. He said it's not even a day's worth of work. Just pull those down, plug it into the new one, and off we go. I'll have a battery for that, hopefully, by Wednesday. We'll load up Friday, which is the 8th, at the solar place we're going to put 10 panels on one system that's going to run the house and 5 panels on the one that's going to charge the battery and that part. And we can always add to any of these systems now, except for the garage. So we'll go Saturday morning, and we'll hopefully be done Monday and heading back. Or Tuesday morning. I can't remember exactly. 2 or 3 days. He's hoping to have it done, and I'm hoping. I just got back from the mall spending what 300 for what? I want to see what Ralph's got. 300 for the wife, so beautiful for me. Told her that these 2 $2,400 did the same thing. Is that it? But yeah, so hopefully, and like I said, I want to make sure. I knew I knew I had to do it for Ubon anyway, and I just wanted it done now because he was talking about October, and he goes, unless we can do it in a long weekend, what do you know? And we went back and forth, and I said, this is the easiest way that everything will work, and maybe I'll have bills that I can relate to, you know. Not, and I told him, I said, the longer I wait on Ubon, besides not having a place to go in case something does break loose here in Surin, you know, it, uh, you know, I don't want to wait. If I wait 2 months, and the last bill was 4,000 baht. We were there for 2 days, and the caretakers there like 2 or 3 times a week. That's it. 4,000 baht. So I said I lose 8,000 baht just waiting 2 months to do it because I know I'll have 0 baht there. I better have 0 baht there, and I'm hoping to take this way down. We'll see because I'll be running all the tests on it this time. After we get done with it, when we get back from Ubon, then we'll come here and shut down the grid, see what we can turn off and how long it lasts and all that. Because this one here is taking the pawn, which is my main concern on a power outage. I'm talking like 24 hours or something. But I think it will run it. We'll have to see, and I might add some to that, but that's going to be after we sell the house and stuff. And while I'm on the subject too, uh, you are blessed. I know a lot of us are blessed. Um, my wife's going on Tuesday again. I know some of you guys follow her on Facebook. She wanted me to tell you that they've raised with NT and stuff like 10 or 15 or 20,000 baht, and she's buying a bunch of stuff for the soldiers and then going and delivering it on Tuesday. So if anybody else, there was 1 or 2 people that contributed last time that she went. I can't remember who it was, but anyway, if you guys want to get a hold of her on either line or on through Facebook and tell her what you want to do, and she'll do it and get the soldiers some good stuff. I guess they really like the bananas that she made or did whatever with. Hey, Brock. Yeah, I think he's up late. I think it's 2:30 now. There, I'm gonna eat a peanut. So brace yourself. Can you guys hear me chewing that? But yeah, and then Brock's here too. I'll that's the fence there. I really like it. Um, like I said, somebody can correct me, but I think it's scallop. Those are actually raised, and it is roofing panel. It's not open underneath it or anything, but I really like it. So all day yesterday, 4 of them got done from the front of the trailer to where you see it stopped. They should be here shortly, probably 9ish, 9:30, something like that. But I really like it. I like the color. I think everything. I think it'll be nice. And the dogs are just gonna, because we're gonna open up the fence over here by my man cave, and the dogs will just absolutely have a ball. But I got to get the front done. But we're gonna be if we probably today, maybe or yeah, probably today we'll go over and put together nail down a price on the front area, the gate, and all that stuff. But I think I have. Let me look on this real quick here. Um, I wanted to see if I think we have metal left over, and I didn't. Yeah, it's still covered in plastic down here. I think it's right there, underneath there. So maybe quite a bit of it. And I think we're pretty much done with most of it. We're going to have to make some stuff for the match my fence, but a lot of it will be to build the gate. So maybe we have material. There's the panels. There's still a bunch of them there, and maybe we'll have enough to build the freaking gate, which will save a little bit of money. So we'll be going over that today, and hopefully rectify or come up with or negotiate whatever you want to say a price to finish that. But he can stay, and they can do that. We'll go to Ubon. So hopefully by Mother's Day, by the 12th or so, we'll have everything under control. Ubon will be running, like it should, and they can take and shove their 300,000 baht that they wanted for me to buy them a transformer, which was never going to happen. Um, and hopefully it can be functional with what we've got, which will be 500,000 or 500 amp hours of 48 volt battery. He's he ever since the girls I know, I told my wife they're going to get pregnant again, man. She's just too busy. So I don't know what she's going to do, but I imagine they're close. But ever since they, all of a sudden started showing that I seen like maybe 2 weeks ago or a week ago or something, him smelling them and running them around and stuff. He doesn't even come out here at 5 in the morning anymore. He doesn't even come when I go back in at 6 or 7. The only time I see him is when I walk out front. So hey Maui, how you doing? Um, so yeah, he's doing that. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. Brand new controller for the Serin house. Brand new. I think it's going to be 400 amp hours of batteries. The two that I have in Serin, the two controllers, are going to Ubon with the batteries, 400 amp hours. I'm buying one more, splitting that system up. So one of them with 5 panels will run the pumps and the big drawing items, the hot water heaters, and maybe an air conditioner or two. We'll have to see. And then the rest of the house will be run off of 10 panels and another 6 kW system. And that's it. But it's going to cost, instead of 100 that I thought I was going to spend 80 or 90, again, like I did on the garage, it's costing almost double, which eats into the money that I wanted to spend on starting for the 2 bedroom. But that's all right. We still got to sell the house. So when we get back, hopefully before Mother's Day, on the 11th or 12th, we're done. My house is operating the way it should, and Ubon is working and generating zero bills. This one's generating zero bill now. It's just there, and I think once we put it in, he said that when he put the panel, excuse me, he put the panels in the best location he could on the house. But the way that the house is built, there's a lot of shadows, and it really cuts back on the power. Okay, so what we're going to do eventually, once we get it operating right, and we're saying, okay, well, we're damn close now. My bills, 1,500 baht, 2,000 baht. Uh, then when we build the 2 bedroom, we will put the panels. We'll move them from the house to the top of the 2 bedroom house and make that whole roof solar, so it's staying in there. There won't be anything to shadow it or anything. It'll be good. So we'll see. They've got a in Surin, the one where the people had stayed when came from the border. It's a typical Thai style um, neighborhood that has the folding gates in the front, and they put in their living room. They put selling coffee or whatever, or you make a little store, and then in the back there's a big area on this one, and a bathroom and a stairs that go upstairs and 2 bedrooms upstairs. So it's typical Thai is what I'm. Hey Ron, how you doing, brother? But that one's the one to sell so that I get the money back that I bought this property for, and the stuff that I'm doing now. We'll take it out of that, and I think I can build it for under 500,000. So basically, what we need to get is about 1.5 million, 1.75 million, which I think is very feasible. I think it's worth 2.25, maybe 2.5 million. But we want to clean it up and stuff and get it on the market. So we're selling that. I can get reimbursed for the money, put it in the Dave Wants a Harley bank account, and then go from there. But I think I can, because if I built that garage for 150,000 baht, there isn't any reason in the world that I can't build that 2 bedroom for double that. Granted, it's going to have a kitchen. Okay, we got another 150,000, because it isn't going to be much bigger in square footage wise. A little bit, but not much. So I think I could do it for under 500,000. I'm thinking under 400, but we'll see. And I'll again keep a very meticulous little deal for cost wise, in case anybody wants to. Hey Gary, in case anybody wants to, build something like that, they can look and know how much it is. But I just can't. Building that garage for that money. I think it's feasible. So basically, 2 new solar systems. the revamping the house, putting in a 12 kW, 2 MPP controllers inside the all-in-one, top of the line. You can program the whole thing from your phone anywhere, sitting in your living room. Because a lot of them you can get all the PSI's got all the data I've showed you guys before. In fact, I can show you now. That program will be, those two will be in Ubon, and but you can't make any changes to the parameters. In this particular system, you can make the changes in the param right off your phone if you want to change it. Because a lot of them, like I said, the way I set it up is first look at the panels. If you don't have any juice there, go to the batteries down to a certain percentage. And once the batteries are depleted, then go to the grid, which I'm hoping I don't have to do much. And I shouldn't have to. Because especially when mom and dad move here, they're going to be here on their own pretty much solar system. And it's only going to be me, my wife, and the eldest daughter. I just can't see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think he's got five. I think he's got five same batteries that I have out there. He did a great job. I know he beat himself up a little bit in the last video he did about it, saying people were going, "Oh, you should have done this. You should have done." He did a great job. He knew absolutely nothing about solar when we first started talking. Nothing. That didn't have a freaking clue. I think he did a freaking fantastic job. In case he's listening, I think he did a real good job. So, yeah. So, and one of those batteries I'll have in Ubon, just running one system, 5 panels, just running the pump, the water pump, and the bathroom heaters, and maybe 1 or 2 air conditioners. The other system will have 10 panels on it, and it'll be running the rest of the house and everything. So it should work out good. In 3 days, 2 days to 3 days, he said to put it in, and he's only charging me like 6,000 baht for labor. So I think he's giving me a little bit of break because we had so much problems with Sarin, but it is. Yeah, he did a great job, brother. I mean, I looked at it and I went, man, yeah, I couldn't have done it, and I knew a lot about it. He did a great job, and like I said, we had talked about, because I know he mentioned one thing in there, one thing that he might have thought about, because what I was gonna go to Ubon, I was gonna put in a 10.2 kW instead of a 6.5 to have that little extra room there in case down the road I wanted to add to, and he had mentioned that would be one thing that he would do, but the rest of it, he did a great job, no doubt. Yeah, I went to the site that I turned them on to the solar place here in Sarin that I got the panels and the controller and a bunch of stuff from. And he went and bought his panels and not the controller, he bought the controller from Lasada, the breaker box from Lasada, but a bunch of other little stuff. And the guy gave him a bunch of stuff and the batteries. And he, when I was scrolling on there looking for the 300 amp newer style battery, which I probably what I'm going to get for here in Sarin, there's a picture of him and Sampit, 4 pictures in on their Facebook page of them thanking them for coming and buying shit. I don't know if he knows that, but it's on their on their Facebook page. Let's see. Do we have any workers here yet? What time is it? 8:30. My wife went to the green market, but I don't see him. Oh, maybe there's a. Is that a? Let me see. I have to go back. I think that's a motorcycle back there. Yeah, they're here. Getting everything ready. Can you see them? Can you hear me now? All right, cool. They're here. Good. I'm glad to see that. He's getting a little motivated. Uh, Probably because he wants to get it done. Yeah, I haven't given him any. I think I've only given out of the 15,000 baht for the labor part of this project, this part of the fence. I've only given him 1,000 baht. So he probably wants to get done so he can take a big draw against that. But we're going to sit down and go over today, this morning, get over to get a price on the front fence to finish that. Hopefully he'll do that when we're gone. Like I said, we'll be leaving the 9th, which is the Saturday, and hopefully U-Bahn will be up and running on Monday or Tuesday when we come back, and hopefully he'll have the front fence pretty much done when we get back. So, and like I said, to me, when all these people are my pretty much my family, and the ones that were here, the 10 or 12 that were in the house in Surin, the 5 or 6 that were here in the trailer and in the garage. If we've got a bug out of Surin, hopefully, God forbid we don't, they're all got to come with us, And if we all get there and on the electricity that we have there now, excuse me, but okay, you can take a shower today. You can take a shower at midnight. You can take a shower tomorrow at noon. What the shit? So I wanted to get it done. That's why I spent 2 hours with him yesterday, hashing out what do I need to do. So I probably saved at least 30,000 by using these 2 controllers. So I saved a little bit, but I spent 100 more than I wanted to. So we'll see. Yeah, I think they're a good price too. But another thing though with that too is I want to question the guy. I didn't tell Kenny this yet either. He mentioned when he was talking about them that they were used. When I sat him down there yesterday, I asked my wife, I said, did he ever tell you that those were used batteries? My wife said no. I said, well, he never told me. And when I got with the solar guy, I said, did he ever tell you that those were used batteries? And he said no. So I'm going to try to leverage buying the shit for U-Bahn and for here, and see if I can get a little, just for him not saying it. I just thought, he could have said it to me and I would have never known. If he said it to me while I was without a Thai person next to me, I would have never known what he was saying. I don't think he would have done that. He told Kenny, so I don't see it. Plus, even at 20, with the hours that he said that they had on them, which was almost nothing, it was a good price. So. But I need one of those and then one of the 65,000 baht. And the reason that I want to get the 300 instead of 4 of those is they're only a year warranty on those. I think it's 10 or let me look. I got a picture of the battery on here. It's this style. It's a newer style battery, and 7 year warranty. And again, one of the reasons that I bought the panels and I bought the stuff from him, the panels are like 25 years. I'll be dead, buried. But is he's right here. And like I said, if you went and saw it, his whole family's working. 20 of them, they're all working, and they got ponds because they sell pumps and they sell all solar stuff for wells and all sorts of crap solar. And they've got, I don't know, 5 rye under roof. It's a big complex. I guess what I'm saying is they're not going to move tomorrow and be gone. So at least I got some recoup. I could bring a panel back and say, hey, this is, it's not working. So we'll see. What is Ralph saying? Could be that you're new. It could be. It could be, Ralph. I don't know. It very well could be. He didn't mention it to me. But like I said, if he was talking to me thinking that, oh, this guy understands Thai, boy, would he be mistaken. And he could have said, and then once he figured that, God, my hat's screwed up. He could have said, okay, I don't need to, say it. I already told this guy, so, so I don't know, but it definitely wasn't the kind of guy that I thought he was trying to. I still don't think that he was trying to be shady and try to put it on. He doesn't need to. He's got enough business. There was people, a lot of people, and their prices were very fair. So, and Kenny even said the same thing. The guy was very, it was easy to work with, and and gave him stuff and bartered with him or whatever. They worked with him to get what he wanted. So I can't wait to see Kenny's actually working because he just got back home, so I'd like to see what he's seeing on his system. But he's got 5 batteries, I believe. So he's got 500, and I might, depending on if I can get by with the 3, that's fine. See, because now they're all going to be in one system, so all the batteries are going into that one system. So if we have a power outage, that's going to be the length of time. But this one over here is running the pond, so it has nothing to do with that there. So the front pond is, but that's hardly anything. One little pump, not a big deal. So that will stay running. The refrigerator will stay running. So what I want to figure out with him, once we get back, he's going to install it this week, Wednesday or Thursday here, and then like I said, on the 8th, on the Friday, we'll go to the solar place, pick up all the panels, everything we need from that guy, and Saturday morning on the 9th, we'll head out for Ubon. But once he gets that, and once we do Ubon and we get back here, then we'll shut down the grid, and I want to mark the panel. I want to mark the breakers. Okay, I want to leave this one on this one's got the front pond on it. This one here has the front living room area with the air conditioner and a TV, so we could have everybody goes to that one room. Refrigerator, a couple of lights, a couple of outlets for fans, and if it lasts longer, then maybe add a bedroom, because being my bedroom, and then everybody else will sleep in the living room on the giant couch. So I want to know so I can mark them. So when we do have a power outage, I want to be able to go, okay, click, click, click. Those are the only ones we need on right now. And then I can adjust that and mark them and know what they are and where they are, which I should know anyway. And I would know, and I think they even marked them right, but it's all in Thai. So hell, I don't know what it's saying, So, but once we get down to that, same thing over here. Same time I'm trying to work with that, I will shut off the main over there, shut off the air conditioner in here, probably the air conditioner in the garage, just the pond running on it, and how long will it run the pond? And I'm imagining quite a while, but I'll at least have that. I'll be able to see what the draw is, watt wise, amp wise, what it's like, because I don't need all the pumps running either. So if it's something that I don't have to, that I've got enough battery, which I think I need 1 or 2 more. That's just me. But if it is, I don't need all the pumps running. I can dial them back. These are all adjustable pumps. I can adjust from a tenth down to 100%. So, and I don't need to be running 100%. So if I can cut the watts in half, I still got plenty of turnover because my filters are oversized. So I can test that. I can look at what I'm pulling amps and watts wise, dial them down to a quarter of what I think they need to survive, keep bacteria going, everybody healthy, and see what the difference is in watt. Then I can make the calculation that, okay, with this saving this much, I've got an extra 8 hours of battery, so I can go 2.5 days. And if that's the case, then I don't really need it, unless I still think I might have to add another one with Mom's house, but I think I will feed her house off of Sarin, so we'll see. Let's see. Okay, so we got 11 people here. Everybody's relaxed. How long has it been? 45 minutes. Looks like they're starting. In case I'll show you guys the who hasn't. I really like the fence. I'm calling it scalloped, right? Somebody tell me whether I'm using the right verbiage here. But those are raised. I don't know how my wife found them. This wasn't the style that when I went over to look at it originally, and what it was is their machine had broken. She kind of white lied the lady and said, "Hey, these guys, they want to work. They need money. They blah 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 blah. You were supposed to have it done." And I guess maybe they had this run going, and they just added to it, and or something. But they delivered it day before yesterday. So because otherwise they weren't going to have it for like 4 or 5 days, 6 days. So, so that worked out good. And then I got a little bit of backfilled dirt that I've got to have to bring in here to do that, and the front fence. And then I believe that everything should be all right. But I really like it, and it's good and strong. I know it's not gonna go anywhere or do anything. It looks great. I like it. But somebody, I think that's scalloped, isn't it? I don't know. Scales? I don't know. Fish scales? I don't know. My vocabulary sucks. But yeah, so that's the gist of what's happening. I'm still waiting on, Tommy had asked earlier, the slow boat from China with my e-bike in it is being slow. So I'm hopefully hopefully it doesn't come while I'm gone. Hopefully it comes either before or after the 12th. Which if I had to guess, I'd say after the 12th. But that will be okay. I can live with that. I've got a lot of shit going on to get this done, to put everything together, to get the house finished on Wednesday or Thursday, to be able to go over there, have everything loaded in the trucks and paid for and bought from the solar people, to take off, dark 30 Monday morning or Saturday morning, and work Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I think we'll be. I didn't look at the dates. I think. I think we're. I think. Let's see. 9. Was that 9, 10? Yeah, well, we'll have to leave on the 11th. We'll have to leave. If they're not quite done, they can stay because Shusha will be with us. That's the youngest. She's still going to college. Not young anymore, 19. Unbelievable. But anyway, so we got to be back. She's got to leave on Mother's Day, the 12th. She's got to get on a bus in the afternoon to go back to uh, Bangkok. All right. So anyway, so that's my exciting life over the next couple of weeks. Anyway, hopefully I'll take a little bit of this fence. So maybe I'll put out a short deal. I mean, because you can only see so much of them putting up steel on concrete and then putting these panels up. I mean, I know that all the people that watch me are more intelligent and have to sit there and go, "Oh, isn't that interesting?" Sit there for 20 minutes watching it. So maybe I'll put together. I've got the couple of little ones for the second part, and then the third part will be the front fence. If I'm here to get some of that, because like I said, I might be in Ubon. It depends on how much he gets done here and how much we negotiate the price, because I've eaten into the money to finish that to get Ubon done and get the Serin house here up to snuff. And again, like I said, and I'll say it because I said it earlier, my wife's going again with about 15 or 20,000 baht that's been accumulated through her work and everybody else, and going and buying stuff. And on Tuesday, she's going to the soldiers again and giving them stuff for up on the front line where she did those bananas. And I guess the bananas were a big success. They loved them. They thought, because it was in those little bags, they could shove it in their pocket and pull it out and eat it. It was like banana jerky. So they like that. But she's going to get a bunch of stuff. So if you're interested in that, look her up on Facebook or online or whatever. And if you want to participate, talk to her about it. And see, you don't have to do anything, of course. But yeah, so that's the basic gist. I don't think I'll go. It's been 50 minutes. It probably won't go that long. I just like rapping with you guys. So, but I'm looking. I've got everything drawn up for the trailer for the e-bike. What I'm doing with that, the solar panel, everything. I've got everything for that, to do that. I've also drawn the plans for. Now I've changed my mind on on the uh, the trailer for the Forza. Okay, and what I'm going to do is instead of, because weight is a big deal, man. And I've seen a bunch of these things, and I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos. They're building it out of this 2 inch and 1 inch foam insulation, and with support, a little bit of wood here, a little bit of wood there. Well, I've drawn what I'm going to do. It's not going to be a teardrop because I don't want to deal with a deal like this. It's going to be have a front face so I can put a panel there for solar, and then it's going to be a 4x8 trailer, and then it'll come and straight down the back, and then we'll have a door that opens up with a little galley in the back like a teardrop, and I think I can cut the weight damn near in half from what I was going to have with the tent trailer and the tent deal and all that crap, or at least a couple 100 pounds out of it. So we'll have to see, but the foam is it's really interesting if you want to look at what they've got. But that's going to be it. So I've come to the realization that all I got to do is find somebody here, show them some pictures that I have. Doesn't have to be no fancy suspension. No, I'm not in it. It's not like I'm driving a motorhome and bouncing around, you know. So it doesn't have to be, anything. Give me a price. I want to save money and whatever. But basically, a 4x8 box with a front, coming up. It's got to be oscillating. I don't know if Brock is still here. We went over this before, but it's got to be a deal that'll turn and twist on the back of a bike, and then the rest of it will be. I want at least 800 watts of solar panel. It'll be it'll have a battery. It'll have an air conditioner. It'll have a little water tank. It's going to be a nice little setup deal. Because, like I said, even if I don't use it or I do it and I can't pull it behind that, I'll give it to the kids. It'll go on the back of this Suzuki, and they can go camp, and they love to camp. They'd be in seventh heaven because it'll be a nice little setup. I'm not gonna do it half-assedly. It'll have a television, have everything in it. It'll be nice. Foam panels, you could use an aluminum angle. Yeah, and that's what I'm looking into, Brock, and even like the 2x2, because the only thing that's going to be on the roof type deal that I really want to frame out is where the air conditioner is going to go. And I figured I would do that with probably 2x2 lumber or with something, but I was figuring on edging, some kind of aluminum edging on it, and I'm going to use the poor man's fiberglass, that canvas drop cloths with glue, and put it on there. You can't get that great of a finish on it or not, but I think I'm going to paint the thing flat black. So it's going to. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So the main thing is, what I would like to do is build a 4x8, but I'd like to have it, instead of car tires, or if it is car tires, real thin ones, or motorcycle. A 16-inch motorcycle tire. A good wide one, lighter. Everything. But all it's got to be is an axle. I don't even doesn't need to have any suspension in it, really. I mean, everything will be tied down. It would be nice to maybe have a little leaf spring in it, a little bit of deal in it, but it's not needed. And if it's going to be a difference between, let's say 6,000 baht to get the trailer built and 12,000, I could use that 6,000 baht for something else on the trailer. So we'll have to see. But if you look at them, it's really interesting. I mean, these guys have built, and they fiberglass them, with real fiberglass, but that's like expensive. This poor man's fiberglass, a guy that I watched recently, he did a bunch of actual, put a piece of foam this wide, and did fiberglass on one. He just used house paint on and a sheet, like a sheet for a bed, and put it on there. And the damn thing, he said, I'm surprised. He's an engineer too. He's going, it surprised the living shit out of me. But he goes, it's for me, and I want it nice and smooth, and I can sand the fiberglass, and it'll come out all pretty. I'm not the outside, flat black, maybe some flames. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I think I'm going to do it that way. But there's some interesting stuff people have done on YouTube. I was really surprised. Who's wearing a banana hammock? What did I? I'm catching something. I'm eating my peanuts with sesame seeds. Didn't load. Why? Oh, there it goes. Come on. But that'll be the next project after the e-bike. It doesn't want to go. All right, I'm not gonna force it. Um, After the e-bike, when I get done with that and all these other projects with the solar shit, then the garage will be ready to set up, ready to go, and I don't know on the. I got to see. I know aluminum. I'd like to have the trailer built out of aluminum, but I know it's going to be way too expensive. So just maybe the little tubing. I mean, it's not gonna be a lot of weight. It's not gonna be like I'm gonna be in it. The only time anybody's gonna be in it is when it's stopped and stationary. So the bottom I'll have to have. They put like people that are building them put 3/4 inch plywood. I'm not gonna go. Not gonna go that crazy. I'm thinking maybe 1/2 inch plywood on the bottom, some insulation, and some kind of flooring, thin 1/4 inch or something, plywood or birch, styled stuff to look nice and just, it's going to be covered mostly in a bed and a chair. Because mine, the way I've got it designed is you open up the door and there'll be a folding 3 foot wide, um, 6 inch, I think, thick mattress that either folds up into a chair and next to it will be an actual chair. And um, I'll just sit in that and then the TV will be over there and just some, basic cupboards and stuff, TV in the middle and lights and shit like that. And then outside cabinet deal down below, a little ice chest and a little sink and blah, blah, blah. So nylon, is that what you're saying? Use some nylon sheets and epoxy resin. Yeah, it probably will, but some of this stuff is at least the fiberglass part. I don't know, is nylon different, right? It gets expensive, so I got to just look because I've got a budget what I want to keep it under, and I'll have to see. But they made it, and it's what they use is that like regular glue, wood glue, a whole gallon of that shit, and they put it on there and just put it on regular drop cloths that they buy in a Home Depot, or I don't know what they have in Australia. But who's here? So who did I miss? Rob's here. If I missed anybody, it's just because I'm rambling. Oh, Rob, oh, your papaya salad, is that what you said? Okay, just changed my name. Hope you're doing well. Uh, so that'll be my thing. And I did find some of it finally. I looked the other day and I've got a breakdown and, I put it on there, but they do have um, 2 inch and it should be easy. But that's why, a lot of them, what they'll do is to make that bend and shit, they put some wood in there and then they take a saw and like every inch across the bottom of that 2 inch piece of fiberglass or, insulation or whatever you want to foam, they cut it across so it will bend. And then they bend it and put it down in there and seal it. And it's going to make mine straight. Toss salad and scrambled eggs. But anyway, so anyway, just clicked an hour. Although we've got 13 people there, I'm gonna ramble for a little while. I'll just bring everybody up to speed. Changing out the controller and the batteries on the house here in Surin, taking the controllers and the batteries that are here to Ubon, putting the system in Ubon on the 9th, um, this Saturday, and changing out this one. I ordered the big controller from Lasada. It should be here Wednesday, I think, or Thursday. It's only a half a day's job, he said. So we'll do that. Then we'll pick up all the stuff, like I said, on Friday. Head to Ubon on Saturday morning, and then hopefully on the 11th be done with it. Two to 3 days, he said, tops. And my mother-in-law is going to go. We're all going to go. We'll make a trip out of it, and they'll stay in the house. My mother-in-law will feed everybody, and everybody will be semi happy. But yeah, and that's the gist. And then I'm still waiting the the e-bikes on a slow boat from China, literally, and hopefully that'll be here. I'm hoping it's here by the 15th. Is what I'm guessing is when it's going to. Doing some grinding. Why can't I? Why can't? Oh, there it is. Where? Oh, they're right there. Some of what he's doing here now is because and I asked him yesterday, uh, is he has some of it he has to notch, and because where the concrete is, that you poured around there, how are you going to sink that in? So you're going to have to make a step to go up to the concrete, and then this side be down because it's supposed to be in the ground. What did they say? I think we told him between 30 and 50 centimeters. So there's 30, basically a foot down, which is probably what he'll end up doing. I can't see going any deeper than that. And then we're gonna, we'll throw some kind of Rust-Oleum or whatever we can find. I don't know what they have here in Thailand, and then that'll be done. But yeah, so he's and the other guys, I don't know where maybe they're starting in another area. Maybe he's splitting it up. I thought that four of them, they were almost like city workers. There was two people watching, two people work. So maybe let's see, let me go here. Maybe they're up front and moving stuff, panels into place. That one failed to load too. Oh, there it is. Now there's the panels, but they could be moving it around. But anyway, I'm happy to see. I'm going to go and check out how much metal we have, which is this stuff here. That's that 1x2 metal. And then maybe we'll have enough to build because the gate's going to be big. The gate's going to probably come all the way over to the end of this metal there, halfway across. That way, I've got plenty of room to back that trailer down because this road isn't very wide. So I don't want to have any kind of nightmares while it's going on. Especially when I get back from a trip. I'm tired and I don't know what it's doing. I'm gonna have to go out there. I don't know why he's cutting the thing down to come to the top of the grade, unless more dirt has to go on there. I'll have to go out before he ruins too many panels. Hey Jake, how you doing? Morning to you. But yeah, so new solar for the Ubon house on Saturday. Replacing the panel or the controller, big controller for the Surin house, and new batteries. The batteries and the controller that are on the Surin house are going to Ubon, and yeah, so that's going to be it. So I'm hoping that I get everything done. But when I get back on the 11th, I'm hoping the front wall is at least up, which I'm sure it will be. They might still be building the gate and shit. I've got to get a motor drive for that and that kind of stuff. But it'll take him a while to build the gate. He built the other one, so I have confidence that he can build this one. But yeah, so actually a lot of stuff in the next week and a half. Whole new solar system, which would be nice, man. It'll be nice to go to Ubon and just turn on an air conditioner and not watch the lights dim. I mean, you can't. They're the electricity is so shitty, and they charge me twice as much. So if I paid 10 baht for a unit of electricity here in Surin, they charge me 20 baht a unit in Ubon. And so I'm getting penalized because they want me to pay 300,000 to put a new transformer up on the pole, and I said no, ain't happening. Yeah, I mean you can't do anything there, brother. I mean it. It pisses me off because I mean I laid out a bunch of dough for that place. I mean it's a nice place. I really love it. I wouldn't change anything. Doing it wise, but it would be nice that I'm paying for electricity to get what I'm paying for. So now I won't have to worry about it. When we're there, we'll regulate it, and like I said, I'm going to have the ants will be there. Hey, if the sun's shining, go into the house, turn on the living room air conditioner, fire up the kitchen, and turn on the big screen TV and have a party every day. It ain't gonna cost nothing, so you might as well. Because they're getting a little, like I said, I think I told you guys this before. The one aunt that the uncle was the major guy to watch over that building when I built the house. It uh, he she every time we would go somewhere, she would oh my aunt wants to go, and I after a couple of times I said all we're doing is going down to the seven to get a whatever, you know, and she goes I said why? She goes she wants the air conditioning, so she's getting up in age, and we did put an air conditioning in her house, one in her bedroom, but I know they won't use it. Hey, all right, I'll tell I'll tell my wife. Thank you. She'll appreciate it. Like she's got quite a bit. I know we threw in some more, and I think she had like 15,000 bought, and so there's going to be a bunch of stuff going for them. And like I said, she's more involved with a lot of the stuff because NT is a government owned um, you know place, and so they're more in tune to what's going on. If you see NT on Facebook or anything, they're giving something to them now, which I think is cool. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will tell her. Party sounds good to me. You want to have a party? Let's see. And I miss. Well, you know what? They've got right down the street from me. There's a tank, sitting there, and a couple of knights and probably drones. But I don't know what's going to happen. But like I said, it would sure be nice. There's no way that I'm going to be able to leave here and go to Ubon if we have to bug out here. Uh, there's no way I'm going to be able to go and not take them with us. Oh, how can I leave them in harm's way? There's no way. So the ones that we put up in the house there, and here the 15, 20 of them are going to be coming with us. Now I'm going to take them to Ubon where you can't turn on two lights because the lights dim. Not that they're going to care about cold showers. They won't give a shit, but I will. So I talked to the solar guy yesterday. So we're set up for, I said, I want to get it done ASAP. And, and he's almost family too. He'd be coming too. And the more the merrier. It'll make a shit difference to me. You know, well, the house is huge. You could put 30 people just in the living room. And then we've got 4 or 5 bedrooms. So it makes sense to do it. So that's one reason I want it to be there. It's kind of stupid to have a place like that because I get frustrated. I go there, I turn on my bedroom air conditioner, and I try to turn on the living room air conditioner because there's people out there and they're both running shit. And like I said, if it wasn't if all the stuff, the refrigerator and all that crap wasn't inverters, they'd all be burned out, man. All the compressors and everything would be gone, and because it's just brownout shit. Kenny knows the word. He's got a little meter on his box that comes into that laundry room where he put the solar stuff, and it says whatever 240, 220, whatever it is, and he says he sees that just come down 120 or something stupid, and that would just nothing worse for refrigeration and air conditioning stuff than brownouts. But yeah, so we get that in. Like I said, we'll have 400 amp on one system. We'll have 100 amp on the other. The other one's only going to be for the big ticket items. The pump, well pump, I don't have to worry about. That's on solar as it is now. But the regular pressure pump for the house, and the what do I have? One, two, three bathrooms, the hot water heaters, and then maybe one or two air conditioners. We'll make that determination when we go there, and then that way, probably I'm gonna try to keep the air conditioners on the big system because that way they'll run overnight if we have enough. Um, but the other one, if it's just the hot water heaters and the pump, it's going to be, well, if you guys are going to be up, and the sun is shining, take your showers before the sun goes down, and then the only time the pump's going to run is when somebody goes to the bathroom at night and flushes the toilet. Would be probably about it. So I think I've got a pretty good over 2 hours, over 2 hours in that garage yesterday with my wife trying to translate and get everything down. But I think that we came up with a pretty good plan. It was like about 80,000 more than I wanted to spend, but everything should be working the way that I had anticipated. And if I can get that out of it, I gladly spend the money. Let's see. Yeah, that party was freaking awesome. The people there are hoping that we have a yearly party. It was a great party. Um, I had what did I have, Ron? What did you say? I can't remember. You had 300 all over Groupon, 30 and never. Yeah, the let's see, explain the tossed salad. You guys still talking about salad? I know. Is football starting already? Because I am. I'm on a no. What am I on Saturday? Oh, college football. I don't understand why people die from lands. Yeah, because they've been doing it for years. Like I said, they this is, I don't see how they in the world they think anybody is going to solve that. It's been going on for thousands of years, man. They ain't gonna solve it because it's it just they just need to stop firing at each other, then go into negotiations. But the negotiations will probably last 10 lifetimes, unless somebody find it. I don't understand it either. To tell you the truth, I don't. I think it's just stupid. But like me, this is my theory on war. Okay, if you start a war with me, okay, and now just for instance, because it makes perfect sense, Japan, okay, Pearl Harbor, they come in, they unload on us, we go and we drop major crap on them, right? Once that war was over, as far as I'm concerned, Japan is U.S. soil. I didn't start it. You came after me. I ended it. It should be mine. And I guess they don't do that. Well, I don't understand a lot of shit about war. Here, oh, Iran, Iraq, and all that shit. We're gonna bomb the living shit out of you, and we're gonna cause billions of billions of dollars in damage, and then we're gonna give you billions of dollars to rebuild, and the designers and engineers to do it. Really, really, really. So I guess I don't understand politics. is probably the basic problem with me. Is you start a war with me, I kick your ass, I get your shit. Okay, and that's just my mentality, I guess. Could be right, wrong, or indifferent, but that's my take on it. But it's just kind of sad, especially when you're looking. What makes a difference to me a little bit in my mind is when I look at Asian people, and maybe they do the same thing with Farangs or white people. They're all Orientals to me. They're all, uh, like I couldn't look at this gal or this guy and say he's Cambodian, this one's Thai, this one's Vietnamese, this one, from Malaysia. This one, they're all Southeast Asia. You'd think there would be. You think the war shit would have ended years and years ago. That they should be together. All together. And I don't understand the politics, and it's probably good that I don't, because I'm not going to get involved either way. I'm married to a Thai woman, so you can imagine where I stand on what's going on. But same thing, I'm not going to, if a guy's married to a Cambodian lady, where do I think he's going to be on the side of the Thais? Probably not. But it's none of our business, and that's why I said I don't say, and I suggest to everybody not to say a bunch of crap on social media. I leave that up to my wife. She puts shit on there every day. I don't need to put my 2 cents in, and I think it's just well enough. And even when I saw I forget what it was, the intermediate prime minister for Thai, or one of the persons in high up deal said, we want to try to we don't want any real outside help right now. We don't need it. And that's the way it should be. They should be there talking. They need maybe Malaysia. That's maybe a good choice, but they don't need like the U.S. and this one coming in. And I hear all sorts of crap. And like I said, if you don't see it, or hey, my mother is on the border and the house next to her just blew up, you know, then maybe there's something that, if you want to say it, up to you. But not this shit. Hey, Bill told Bob, told Mary, told Jill that, they heard gunfire coming from the west, the north, the south, the west, the east. Why? They're going to put shit on there. People that want to keep this conflict alive are going to put stuff on there that isn't true. So take it with a grain of salt. Don't put anything out there if you're not absolutely positively sure that it's the truth. And even then, I don't know if I would, but that's up to you. But I wouldn't make any, this one's right, this one's wrong, this one's a, like I said, if you're married to a Thai person, pretty much everybody knows where you stand. So they don't need to know anything besides that, and then let the Thai people voice their opinion on what they want to do. Let's see. Yeah, war suck. I agree, man. Nothing worse than that, and especially out here, man. I'm imagining there's probably a bunch of Farangs that are freaking out, seeing shit out in the jungle and rain and crap, and they're having flashbacks on, 1968, and shit. So for you people out there, take a big breath, relax, talk to somebody if you need to talk to somebody, light up a big fatty, and I don't eat it edible, relax a little bit. But I'm sure that if you're walking around in rainy Thailand and there's bombs and shit going off, uh, you're gonna freak out a little bit. So my stuff's reaching out to you. If you need, make sure you talk to somebody and keep everything on an even keel. You're fine. Hey Jackson, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Thank you. I hope so. And like I said, man, I anybody that wants to come in and talk and disagree with me, I got no problem with that as long as they're respectful. But I try to. It seems to be more being logical, right? I mean, I think the Buddhism might not be a bad thing to think of. It's all common sense. Buddha says don't kill people. Hey, good freaking thing. Buddha says don't. It's all common sense. And do a lot of people not have common sense? Yeah, there are a lot of stupid people in the world. Whole crap load of them, and you can't beat the stupid out of them. You can't. They're stupid for life. And hopefully everything works out. Hey Daz, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Are you here yet? You're gonna be back soon. I'm gonna get over. We gotta get Mitch a mango shake or something. We gotta teach him how to drink one by himself, so he doesn't have to give you an extra straw. But thank you. I'm glad that you jumped in. We got some new people that have been coming in, which is great. Uh, it's been quite calm with anybody messing up or being stupid, and we just have fun here. There isn't a bunch of us, but there's you know I don't think we've broken 3,000 subscribers, which is fine. But we got some of the best ones on YouTube for sure. Let's see. So anyway, let's see what they're doing out there real quick. That's the fencing. That's going to be going around. The front will be just like the Sarin house, like I had told you guys. Let's see what. Oop, wrong way. Looks like they're going to go all the way up that side. Maybe they'll get all the way up there today, and I'm saying 2 or 3 more days, and they should have it done. But like I said, I really like it. I don't know how my wife picked it out, but I'm going to call it scalloped. I don't know what it's called, but I'm happy with that. Our fence you can't really see in any of. Oh yeah, you can. We have. Let's see, front or no? Let me see what I got here. There's our inside. There's my koi pond. You guys want to see koi? I love my backyard. It's tiny. I'm in this little, in case anybody's not familiar. To the left, where all those bushes are, that's my man cave. It is 3 meters by 4 meters, and then on the top of it, there's a whole deck up there. But I do enjoy my backyard. Let me see if I can. I don't need this one here. Let's see. Front yard. Let's show the fence. You can kind of see it, but not really. Front road. Anyway, you can't really see it. There are panels across the top, and then there are those slide-in concrete panels around the bottom. If you've seen that kind of fence before, so that we spent a lot more money, obviously, on the fence for there than we did for. Let me find out this other one. This one. The front will match that where I'm showing you right here, coming across here. The gate will be big and wide. Over half the front will be gate, so that and then the concrete will come way out, so that I can back the trailer down without killing somebody or screaming and losing face with everybody in the neighborhood. But and he's going to probably do that while we're gone this weekend coming up. We'll be in. The plan is to be in Ubon, putting in the solar system for Ubon. So hopefully, I'm hoping he's going to backfill that. I know him; he'll get lazy if I don't watch him. But anyway, yeah, big time, man. I'll tell you, that's it. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Looks like the roof is my car part. I dig it. My wife found them somewhere. It wasn't the one that I went and looked at, but I like this 10 times better than the one I looked at, the roof panels. It was like, I put it in the book. Let's see. I've got all the breakdown on everything, and I think it's still going to be pretty close to 100 for all the fencing and the gate and everything. 22,625 baht for the panels to go all the way around. Labor 15,000. 48 concrete posts were 12,000. The steel to put around there was 17,000. Sand and rock was 6,000, and the post hole digger I put in there, which is 4,500, which really shouldn't be in there. That's a tool. So that's pretty much. And I think right now we're at about 80. I think we'll get done with it. So I got to keep the front, which is going to be close, 20,000 baht. If I could keep it under that, it would be great. Uh, let's see here. Try to catch up here if I'm missing anything. If I'm missing something, put it back up, or if it's a question, start it out with question. This question kind of my weak mind catches my eye. The one of the only things I didn't get to do on my last trip was go to Sizzler. Well, next time I'll go. I'm jonesing for Sizzler. And I was so close. And maybe when we go to Ubon, they don't go there. I brought my mother and father-in-law, and my wife said they were so confused. They didn't know how to eat the food. And so I had them order salmon. How can a salmon steak? I don't know. I like the salad bar. I'll get the other stuff just to get a piece of toast and a chicken breast or a little steak or something. But I like Sizzler, and I don't mind the rats running around either, in case that comes up. You go? What do you go? Do you go once a week, Ron? I think you go once a week. Thanks again. Yeah, you're the man. I will. I will definitely tell her she will be. She will be excited. And like I said, she's got plenty. We put in a bunch and for this new deal. And like I said, I think she got 15,000 from people at work and all the people around her. 20,000, so that she's got a lot of money to spend. So there's going to be a crap load of bananas and probably a lot of other stuff. She'll see it. She'll take pictures on Tuesday when she goes, like she did last time, and put them on Facebook. Possibly. Did I? Did it had died, and I relit the candle on the salad. I I mean I've been going. Well, a lot of it was the guy that I had did a lot of business with in air conditioning way many years ago with PG&E and heat recovery systems for restaurants, which basically, to keep it simple, is the heat you feel blown out of your air conditioner or your refrigeration. We would take that, pipe that into a hot water heating looking cylinder that had copper tubes on it. It would take the heat out of that instead of air and put it into the water. So the water coming in there, going into their boilers, would, instead of being 65, 70 degrees, was 90, immense savings for big restaurants. And we were doing that. Well, the guy that we ended up partnering up with that wanted to do a bunch of it was a guy that was a racer at one time. In fact, he was real close buddies with um, the Snake Perdome and with what's the other one, had Sizzler on the front of his funny car, McEwen. If you're old like me, these names will ring a bell. And he owned like 25 Sizzlers. Guy had a bunch of money, extremely wealthy man. And so we did a bunch of stuff. So I was in, every time that I would go into a Sizzler, he told him, when Dave shows up, you make sure he eats. And I got into that salad bar was enough, too much. And I just enjoyed it. It a little bit different here, but it gets that little jonesing that I had for the old days. It takes that away. I think I've went twice, and both times I've went with Jam, with Meow and Jim, and and I believe Tim. I think we've went both times in Udon. So, but I when Jake comes back, I missed him last time, so I gotta do that. Yeah, I just I a year ago, Ralph, I went to Pizza Factory, right, and I bought their card, right. I went there. The kids wanted to go there when they were both here a couple 3 weeks ago or something, and we went in there. The card has just expired. I never used it, so I said, "Well, I'm going to do it again because all the food that we got and everything, it made sense to get it." But now Sim jumps in the truck and drives over there and buy it, because doesn't you automatically get buy one get one on pizza and all the other discounts, and she likes it there. She likes their stuff, so she'll drive over. But I guess it's not on delivery. I think you got to go there. Well, she doesn't mind. She's a 23-year-old, and she's got a driving an awesome brand new Ford Ranger truck, and she'll go and get it. So yeah, what I used to do. They almost made it impossible not to buy a meal because I forget the old days. It was like $5.99, I think, for the salad bar, or you could buy a $5 meal and they charge you a $1.99 to add the salad bar. And being the idiot that I am, I'm going, well, shit, for a buck and a half more, I can have whatever. I'll bring the little steak home with me. So they made it so you almost had to buy, a meal. I think that's what it was. I think it was $5.99. And then if you bought a meal, any of the meals, you could get a salad bar for a $1.99. So if you're a Sizzler fan, you probably know that. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Some guy jumped a Harley 205 feet for a world record. Sturgis. Wow. Yeah, that's right. Sturgis is going, right? Strong. Yeah, it would be nice if we did though, wouldn't it? Our Robinsons, they have plenty of room. They're always closing something down and opening something else up. We don't have McDonald's, we don't have Burger King, we don't have Sizzler. It'd be nice if they would upgrade our stuff a little bit. Salad bar, $1.99 by itself with the meal. Salad bars. Is that what it was? Is that what it was? That sounds more like it. Yeah, because you could buy it. If you bought it, you could buy the meal and spend like $5 or something, $4, but you got the salad bar. Sounds about right. You probably know better than I do, but it was so long ago. Like the guy, um, he was a crazy man, man. It was back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, and cocaine was a big deal, man, and he was off the deep end, man. So was I. We all were. I mean, like I said, back then it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and not necessarily in that order, whatever it was. But cocaine was big, especially in Southern California, man. I think that's where the biggest influx of cocaine came through Mexico and into Southern California. Food is rubbish. You're absolutely right. But once in a while, I must say, a Whopper, I enjoy it. But I'm getting my jonesing out today. I might even go to what is it called? Tommy hit me up. What is it? Fuzzy Burger, Funky Burger, Funky Burger. I went the other day by myself, and maybe I'll go again today because now I'm kind of jonesing for food, and it's already 9:30, and I think they open at 11:30. Man, maybe I'll do that. Dave, you remember Joe and Mike? Joe's mom passed away. Joe and Mike. Oh, Joe, the ones that have the koi, and that we met there a couple of times. Wow, and that's not a 1 day process, is it? It's like 3 or 4 days, I think. Oh well, that's sorry. If you see her, tell her my condolences for sure. Nice lady. Um, I live in Vermont, the only state that doesn't have McDonald's in our capital. Yeah, you're gonna be pissed at me, brother. I panicked just the other day. I wanted a waffle, and or not a waffle. I wanted a French toast, and so I ordered imitation maple syrup from uh, from Lasada. It came the other day. So are you going to that, Bobby? I imagine you probably are. Junkies, yes. I think I'm gonna go there today. Sounds good, And I don't know, man. I get the burger, French fries, and onion rings, and just a single burger, and I can't ever finish the French fries. I always got half the French fries left over, but and the Sprite is 230 baht, so I don't know, $7, $8, something like that. Yeah, I think it. Have you been back there since you lost a tooth, or you lost the deal, or have you not went back today at 2 cremation? Okay. Yeah, we were talking about that. I was talking about that with my wife, and I forget some YouTuber or something that I watched was bringing up. I think it was that American in Bangkok. I forget his name. I like that guy. I think he's a straight shooter. But anyway, he was talking about making arrangements here if you're, going to be burned. You're saying stuff about if you want to be buried like Catholics, and I think most of the Catholics at least my mom, she was cremated. All the people, even the old timers, which are not supposed to get cremated per se, okay, according to the Catholics, in case somebody's wondering, they're supposed to be put back into the earth, excuse me, or something like that. But to me, it's like no. And he said you can do it. There are Catholic and Protestant areas that have, but he said it's really expensive to get the land and put you in the land and do all that. 100,000, 200, 300, 500,000 baht. I told my wife, man, if you don't have to put me in a crematorium, just burn me out in the backyard, build a little wooden deal and throw me up on there. What the hell? But I'm dead. The chief, don't spend any more money than you need to spend. I don't need to go back to the States. I'm dead. Everybody will know that I'm dead. And she'll get me cremated. And she'll probably have a little ceremony. I know my wife. But uh, we'll have to see. Yeah, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Logan be now. Yeah, I saw him. I saw them on Instagram thing. I get notified. I still don't know how to use that damn Instagram, but I did go on there, and they were both watching. I think a Sharks, their soccer team that they like to do. Hopefully they're both well. I know he's probably busy because I think he went. I think he was off for like a month. I think he's back to work. It's funny to the USA. People don't know Vermont. They think it's upstate New York. Yeah, you probably don't. But you know what? It was as far as the consistency of the syrup. No, the everything about it except for the taste. If you close your eyes, it tastes like maple. So that again, that jonesing part of once in a great while. I want syrup. But what I should have done, you can buy it on there, but it's like, I don't know, you get a little bottle like this for, $100 or something. It's really, and this one popped up on there, and I should have got sugar free. That's what I got last time. I didn't get sugar free this time. Same with me, spread. Yeah, I mean, I don't want no, you know, don't waste the money. Have a party with the money that you're going to spend to make me an elaborate, deal. Keep that to a minimum. Burn me, put me in whatever urn, shove me in a whatever. Is it a Yeti? Is that where's Brock? Uh, and and then take the rest of the money if you want to do something with it and have a party. Throw a party. Uh, I'd rather that done than spend it on. Oh, look at all the flowers. Oh, isn't that great? Why? He's dead. I don't need to. I don't need to see anything or have anything fancy, I'm dead. So we'll have to see. Yeah, and Jemima. Uh, oh. Let's see. Thank you, Tommy. What did Tommy do? Dave and Ron sent you the YouTube of the. Oh, really? Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it, Tommy. Yeah, there are a lot of people there, man. Got to be some big party. I know that. What do I follow him on? The guy that did the what's the hell's the name of that Monkey Garage or whatever the hell? He's got a restaurant there, and he's been, you know, hyping the hell out of that forever. And I guess it's probably going good. I'm sure, but have a lot of people, a lot of my friends I know that are there. I should have. In fact, I forgot. I was supposed to show my buddy how to. He was going to buy a GoPro, and he's got a big motorhome. He was going to pull his bike there, and him and his girlfriend. So I'm sure he figured out something. Pour it over your Quaker oats. Yeah, that's the one thing what I really like, which isn't the greatest for me in the world, is what the heck's the name of that? Oh God, I can't remember. It's not oats. It's grits, I guess, of some kind, and they're really good. I like and oats. I like. I used to take the little packets I used to have when I'd go camping and shit up there. It was always made a good meal. All I had to do was heat water and throw it in there. Had that other stuff. It was all right. Okay, getting yeah. It's I was always going to go an hour. It's almost two now, an hour and 45 minutes. All right, Jake. Thanks for jumping in. I appreciate it for hanging out. I know it's late for you guys. Everybody. It's pretty much late for everybody except for Bobby here and people that are living here. Um, let's see. Everybody's back here. I haven't. I think I will. I think I'm jonesing for a hamburger. I think. Not to see what my wife wants to do. She was at Green Market. She home yet? I don't. Let me look and before I go. What this? There's 18 people here. You guys are awesome. Let's see if I can pull up. Where would she be parked? No, she's not here yet. I think all three of them went. We'll put this up for a while. You guys want to see Koi? They want something to eat. I didn't feed them this morning. They don't like me right now. You can see them way down there in the bottom. You just see like a blurry. They're down there sucking all the algae off the sides because their owner is is uh, starving them. But anyway, uh, take and roll it to what Mickey D's. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that, but my wife would probably freak out if I. She still don't want me cruising around Surin, but she's gonna have to get over that because I need to take a ride. So, just to let you know too, got all the. I went to start the freaking shadow and it wouldn't start. So I've got to talk to the guy at Honda that ordered a part for it and some other stuff. And I don't understand why. Well, all of a sudden it wouldn't start. It won't start. I'm gonna try to start it again today. But all the paperwork that I said that I was working on and that she had people working on, and they ended up getting it. It's in her name now. So I was happy to hear that because basically I had a bike that wasn't in my name or any my family. So she she got that. So now I got to just get it. I'm gonna call him. Well, it's Sunday, so but she had his pager number or his phone number. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow. I don't want to bug the guy on his only day off. And see if he got this little piece that he ordered, and if he was going to get a set of plugs from his buddy. But I'd like to get that. There's a couple things that I wasn't going to go crazy on until I knew absolutely that it was, done, but I'd like to have it. I'd like to take it out for a ride. But and I've also been Jones, and I want to jump on the. I saw this Brock. What's the name of the Note and something else? The I think she's Korean and he's the Thai. He bought one of these new bikes, the 385 something or other. Supposed to be direct competition for Forza ADV. Looks like an ADV type thing. I forget the name of it. I looked it up. Uh, I was subscribed to him. Flo and Noit, Flora. Is that it? Flora and Note. Anyway, um, if they just came out with a video, and it's kind of a cool looking bike. It looks like an ADV, and I think it was like what did he say, 45, 50 horsepower or something, and it I think it's a 385, 180,000. One of them was 150,000 and something else, but I thought he said it was 130. But anyway, they're gonna. I guess they're gonna start. They're on Samui, and I guess they're going to start touring around. And they're talking about maybe meeting up with Patty Doyle and some other people, and they're going to start riding around Thailand. So it would be kind of cool to see. Yeah, they seem like good people, right? Um, Dave, get a Bengal cat. The cat is a killer. You'll have no pets, trust me. Yeah, I got Money Cat, which I never thought I was a cat person, but this Persian is she's kind of special little cat. Not little, she's bigger, not as big as that. But we got two or three that were out of Bar Girl, and we had Bar Girl fixed. That was the one that my wife was behind a truck and it fell out of the wheel well as a kitten. She brought it home and said, "Can I keep it?" Yeah, sure. So it had like two litters or whatever you call it, and um, so we got two or three other cats, orange ones. We got like five cats. Then we kept one of the black labs. We have the two girls, the two browns. We got Bear, of course. Got Dinner is up walking around. I still have not done a video on her. She is walking and running and not extremely well, but unbelievable when you consider she couldn't even lift her head 2.5 years ago. She couldn't even lift her head to eat. Had to hold it up and then use eyedroppers and shit to give her water. And the way she is now, it's just unbelievable. And then lunch is outside with Lucky, and then of course Poncho and Poncho Villa and Heidi Villa. Uh, they're cool. I like the little dogs. But yeah, so I'll probably follow them. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'll probably follow them more. I haven't seen much of them putting out content, so maybe maybe they were getting a little stale, and that's why they went with this bike. Excuse me. Supposedly, it's his. Well, this is the one he wanted. This bike, so they're going to get out and do some tooling on it. Hopefully, they stay safe. It's not the. I don't know how in tune he is to two wheels or whatever, but when you got your wife or whatever on the back and you're out, it's not a very safe place to ride. Put it that way. Um, you have to be a very defensive driver. You got to know what's going on around you. So hopefully they take things slow. Cats are bad. I didn't think that. I thought they were like useless. To tell you the truth. And then now, since I've been around Bar Girl and Money Cat, they're pretty cool. Uh, it was always for me. It was dogs. Cat's useless. All it does is lay around. But I never gave myself a chance to like them, and they are pretty cool. And they have personalities. I didn't think they had personalities. I just didn't get to know them, I guess. Yeah, I mean they're. I think Thailand's like number one in people dying on scooters or two wheels. So not the best thing to be known for number one. Cool cat for a reason. Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, I don't know, man. I like all my animals. Kind of a pain in the ass when, well, not for us so much. I mean, my mother-in-law stays here. We can go and do whatever we want anytime we want. And for the people that are out there that don't know, and again, like I told you, if you want to donate, she's going to go Tuesday. Get a hold of my wife on Facebook or line or whatever. If you want to have her bring some stuff, she's going to buy some stuff and bring it to the soldiers. And but she um God, what was I going to say? Slow down, get your mind. I need my blue medicine. Um, uh, man, ah, forget what I was going to say. Ah, I hate that. Anyway, it was pretty good too. I mean, it was something that I needed to say. Um, I was talking about the dogs and going somewhere. Oh, okay, here we go. If you've got a significant other that is a Thai person, they are bringing up that 50% off on traveling. So even if you're not going to donate or whatever, get a hold of my wife and ask her about it. Um, and I think Joe and Gift used it. I think Chuck and Paige used it. A lot of people used it last time they did it, and they're doing it again. So you get 50% off or more on the hotel if you're Thai. So quite a bit of savings when you're talking about going someplace that's 2,000-3,000 baht a night or something. A nice, real nice hotel. So anyway, or look it up on the internet. I'm sure if you punch in, Thai people and traveling or something, something will pop up, or maybe your significant other is like mine and already know. But definitely check it out because if you want to do a little traveling between now and the end of the year, you can save quite a bit. So, cats here mostly go for birds. Don't mess with the geckos and the toads too much. Yeah, they do like the birds. All right, let's see. Hour and 52 minutes. Still got 15 people. You guys are your diehards. What's today? Now, Saturday or Sunday? Does it make a difference? Or I guess if you're into college football and stuff, it's Sunday here is bad in the States because that's Saturday college football day, right? So I don't know. I'll see. I'm going to float between Wednesday and Thursday and Saturday and Sunday. We'll see how we'll see how it goes. Sunday's better. This is good for you. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully you're going to be here soon. Uh, I hope a lot of people that are in here end up here. I know my brother uh, Aaron. Hopefully he can have some things roll right for him, and he'll be here sooner than you think. A lot of people are. I know that a lot of people have responsibilities, and by no means do I take light to any of that. I know you got to take care of your parents, you got to take care of your family, you got to do what you got to do. So I do understand that, but man, I'll tell you, life is life is good here. Even now in Thailand, I mean, even with the shit that's going on, short of me having to move, then I would be a little shitty. And I would go, gosh darn it. Hey, could you imagine if I had to bug out of here with everything here? I mean, I got a lot of shit here. I couldn't just leave it. I mean, I don't know what I'd do, to tell you the truth. We'll have to see. Be here for good or just to come visit, Ralph? Sunday's good for me. Okay, cool. We'll do that for now. For now, I'll go Thursdays and Sundays. Vacay. Okay, cool. Well, you could just turn it and just not go back. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Now they're talking about with all the shit coming down here, you're not going to be able to retire till you're 69 or something, or I don't know. I think you can retire when you want to retire if you set it up right. If and you have enough cushion between the day that you shut down, but you can't collect your pension until here or your Social Security. but you've got enough, and you know good enough that you need this much, and this is the budget, and I can spend 60,000 baht a month, and blah blah blah, whatever it is, and know and feel good. You can retire anytime you want. Just got to have the money, to do it. Have a chunk there and a chunk for the in between time. There's nothing worse than waiting. Now Bobby, he waited till he. Well, how old are you, Bobby? 90, something like that. Bobby's like 92 or something. I'm just kidding, but he worked way. But he likes his job. He liked what he was doing. So it makes a difference. If you're in something that you've been doing for 100 years and you're just tired of it, you just want to retire, which was my case. So I was lucky enough to be able to. But Bobby, I think, could have at any time too, but he enjoyed what he was doing, or at least that's what he told me. He liked what he was doing. I can't retire when I want. I can retire when I can retire when my wife said. Uh, yeah, but I don't know. Like in Bobby's case, and a lot of people's case, if you have a Thai person, obviously, and if you're in the States, or even if you're here in Thailand here, like when I met my wife, if I would have said, "Oh, if I was working and met her or something," it would be just the same. Oh, you sure? We only have 3 million US dollars in the bank, and this is on. I don't think we have enough. They're always like, I don't think we have enough. I don't think we have enough. I don't think, which is, I guess, a good frame of mind rather than thinking you have plenty and you don't have enough. But I think no matter what you said or what you had in a Thai person in the United States or in here, are you sure? Are you sure we're going to be able? Are we going to be able to do that? I think that's normal, I guess, is what I'm saying. You got to get, but I guess I don't know. How old are you, Ralph? I'm going to be 69. I think we figured that out the other day. Here in a couple of months, December. So, my wife sent you back to work. Yeah, that would be a bitch. Like that one guy from England that had that YouTube channel, and he made that resort and everything. He was on top of the world, and then COVID hit, and he damn near lost everything. Used his savings and everything to build that place, and that he working back in, him and his wife both, forget his name, both back in England, and maybe have to work 2-3 more years before they can come back. So it's good to know. I'm 65. Wife said wait till 67. Tell her, okay, we'll split it down the middle, 66. But that's not like way out there. But I don't know, man. They could tell me I got 6 months to live tomorrow. If I went into the doctor and go, God, it hurts right here. Well, it should. You're full of cancer. You know, I, I don't know. Like I said, I always said the one day earlier than you absolutely think you can make it. But like I said, don't cut yourself thin. But if you know that you got the money and you've got a budget and you've got a plan, uh, then I would retire as soon as I possibly could, because I don't know that. That's why you don't. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. I'm not guaranteed to wake up tomorrow morning. Would it be such a horrible thing? Kind of. My wife would be a little pissy, but I'd be dead. I wouldn't care. So trying for 66. Okay. Tell her you got a bunch of people that want to talk to her, that then give their 2 cents in that why they think you should retire at 66. I was going to go to 70, but the bike accident cut me off at 67. Well, that they have a tendency to do that. I know that Bobby. I think Bobby is. I'm going to say 75. Bobby, if you're still around, I don't know if he is or not. Um, but I don't think he retired until he was 70. I'm almost positive 70, and he could have retired obviously way before that. Now, as he get a bigger check in his Social Security, yeah, he gets all that. But like I said, how good would it have been if he would have died at 71, or 72? I that's what I look at. And if you have enough, I mean, I guess if you were in a certain situation, you'd be in a situation where you never have enough money, but I'm not. I know what I need to survive, and I know what I could survive with, and where I want to be, and where I don't want to be, and where I want to be. Don't have to be here, but somewhere in the middle is which is where we are, and we can pretty much do whatever we want, and it's nice. But like I said, I think all Thai women that I don't think they realize, is that enough? Is that enough? It's hard for them to comprehend. I think it's a lot of money. They know because certain amounts of money that we make as foreigners is a lot of money to not only Thais but a lot of people. But they want to make sure, she's probably going, I don't want you to go and retire at 65. And then 2 years from now, we have no money. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, getting to where they're comfortable to be able to leave. Planned on 62, but cancer diagnosis, I stayed around for the medical and the healthcare. Yeah, I think you would have to do that. But yeah, like I said, we're not, do I hope that I live a while? Yes, because I kind of dig my wife. She's a good person. My whole family here, and she wants me to hang out. She wants me to be around for a little while. Where I said, I think you're thinking the wrong thing, man. You're only 40. What is she? I don't know, 43, something like that. I'd be praying. Oh God, I hope he doesn't wake up tomorrow. I could get me a nice young guy that I can have a good time with. But she's not that kind of person. I got so lucky, man. Like I said, someone that didn't want to go out and listen to boom, boom, boom music until 3 o'clock in the morning that was 28 years old and, been there, done that. I want to go to bed at 8:30, and she's right there, next to me getting up, going to work. And I'm lucky. I got very lucky. I got unlucky when this one died, and then got lucky when I met Nitnoy. Yeah, I am. I'm comfortable with everything that I have behind me now. Income and now exceeds expenses. If the economy changes, then I'll retire early. Yeah, and like I said, I kind of got a little. I didn't look today, but I transferred some money yesterday or day before, and it was up to my 32.8, and it started out the week at like 32.2, and I got in at the 8, and then I noticed yesterday I looked at it, it was at 32.4 or 5 or something, and it would be nice if it was back there, creeping on 35, 36. But like I said, it was like 29 when I came here. It's 32.5. So if it stays in that realm, I'm content with that. If it got down to, down a ways, would it hurt my lifestyle? Probably not. I mean, it wouldn't be. Obviously, you're not going to have as much money, but hopefully everybody's got a little bit saved up and shit. There. Good night, all. Yeah, I know it is time. It's been 2 hours and 3 minutes. All right, I'll read one more here from Rob. I'm 56. Had two massive heart attacks, but my government is fighting me to early Social Security. I made millions and have had many employees contribute. Crazy pool. Hopefully soon. Yeah, like I said, the earliest you can do it and still feel comfortable doing it, that's my recommendation, because we're not guaranteed. And it would be a bitch, man. Like I said, a couple of stories I told you about when I was married to the mother, you call her that, of my children. Her best friend, dad worked whole life, even moved from Southern California to Northern California, and insisted, "Oh, I just retired. I don't want to pay a thing. I'm going to pack all my own stuff. We'll take U-Hauls. We'll go up there in a new house," and unloaded everything. He'd been retired for like 3 weeks and out in the backyard, and they're both looking at him through the window in the kitchen and flipping burgers, and boom, dead before he hit the ground. So he was retired for a whole 2 weeks. So we're not guaranteed, that's for sure. All righty, have a good one. Glad you can make it. I'm gonna end it now too. Yeah, I know it's late, isn't it? All righty, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. I'm gonna end it. I'm not gonna run an outro because they want. You know what they were gonna? You know what I was paying? I was paying $49 a month. Now they're offering me, if I take it and pay for the whole year, $18 a month. So I kind of been debating that, and I might end up doing that so I can play my outros and my intros. But anyway, we're just going to end this one, and everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one.